With sales of both new and previously owned homes up last month, many of us see maybe a bottom in the real estate market. Now, a possible sign that it's time to buy or sell if you've been sitting on the fence. Joining us now, Dolly Lenz, Vice Chairman of Prudential Douglas Elliman, one of the largest real estate brokerages in the country. Dollym, welcome, my friend. Now, these little signs, I mean, they have been on a downward path for so long. So are these signs that things, we've hit bottom, or at least we're going to head up?
We haven't hit bottom. I don't suspect we'll hit bottom for a little bit yet, but good signs are good signs, and all those good signs add up.
Okay, so what about the indicators, though, that show that we haven't hit bottom yet?
We have 13 months of inventory. That's a lot of inventory. An average year, we have 9 months of inventory left to sell. We have people coming, but they're not making the mark. You know, they're making bids, but they're not there. The confidence is lacking in the consumer, and that's what's missing, which hopefully through the spring will come back.
And you've seen, though, in your firm that actually the offers are up, maybe not the acceptances, but at least there are more offers, right?
We have a lot of offers. We're up 25% in the last 2 weeks, which is amazing. It means people are putting their toes in the water, which is such good news.
Oh, that is very good news. Now let's head to the money line where Chris in New York has a question. Chris, how can we help?
My wife and I, we just sold a home in Congress, Rockland County, New York, and, you know, we feel that it's a buyer's market now, and we're interested in upgrading. We found a home we like. It's, you know, it's a large home for an expanded family. We're having another child, and we have one little one at home now. You know, we're looking for 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, like a dining room, has a large living room, kitchen, and it's on a ½ acre. You know, and the school districts are great, and the town's in walking distance. The only problem is, you know, we're not sure about is the home needs work. You know, we ran the numbers and we said to ourselves, this is going to be about 50 to 60K for upgrades. And initial, you know, just to put it in, to make the home to our standards, to our liking. And I was wondering, should I negotiate with the seller to lower the price, and so I can have that 60K, or should I just try to, you know, take it at the price it's at now and ask the seller to do the upgrades themselves?
Well, Chris, you bring up a couple good points. One is kind of this, well, when you see that there are improvements that need to be made, can you cut down your bid in relation to the improvements? And also, too, Chris, you say that this is a little bit out of your price range, right? So you're a little concerned, really, about that money you're going to have to put in the home. Dolly, what do you think?
Hey, Chris, first of all, you're proof positive that things are improving. You've sold your home. I think that is wonderful. Great news. You're in the best possible position. So from there, now you have to tread carefully and be sure of what you're doing. If you've identified the house that you think is your dream home, which is what it sounds like, other than the improvements, I would say watch it. Maybe make a low offer, a very low offer, just to see what they do. I wouldn't discuss the improvements. I wouldn't discuss anything. Just make a low offer. See what they respond with, and then you'll have a better idea where you can go with it. I'd be prepared, as we've said before, with a bank approval. I'd be prepared with everything you need to go forward in case you're lucky and they really do accept and they need to get out.
Yeah, because you don't know what situation the seller is under. The seller may be under incredible duress, Chris, and they may be really motivated to sell, as you say.
Exactly. And I would also keep looking. You don't want to have all your hopes set on one home if you can possibly help it. Keep looking. Maybe you'll find a second home that isn't quite as perfect, but maybe it's better priced, etc., etc. Just keep it moving forward and you'll do great.
Now, Dolly, do you think, you know, in Chris's situation, you said don't talk about these improvements, don't make that part of your bargaining. Do you recommend to folks to not have that kind of conversation with the seller?
Not first round.
Okay.
You know, first round, you want to see how they respond. So first round, you're just feeling them out. You know, maybe you'll be shocked and they'll say, wow, you make a $450 offer and they come back with a $500 counter.
Right.
Then you start the serious, well, you know, I have to do the kitchen. You know, I wouldn't do that ever first round.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Chris. Good luck. Kelly in California, you're on the money line.
Hi, I'm in the process of selling my condo in a short sale. It's been on the market for about a year. It's a charming 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2-story condo with granite fireplace, custom mantle, Berber throughout, and it's a half an hour from Sonoma County, wine country. My question is, how can I properly price my condo so it's not undervalued but still attract qualified buyers for a short sale?
Kelly, that is a great question, Dolly, because right now, though, if the market is kind of on an upswing, sellers are a little worried that, well, I can't fire sale it, but I still need to price it to buy.
You need to price it to buy, and I bring in a few brokers, ask them for their suggestions, ask them to put it all in writing so you can review it. You know, you want to make sure they did their homework and they're not speaking off the cuff. So I would ask them in writing, tell me, what would you do, how would you price it, and why? Then review them all, and then when you think you've got all your answers, sit with your top choice and say, okay, let's go. Let's try to price this, let's try to sell it.
And I might suggest as well that you don't look at the comps that are available today. You look at comps of prices that have sold. So what you're going to find is that there's still a standoff between buyers and sellers. The spread between what I'd like to sell it for and what people are willing to pay is still wide. You still have an advantage being slightly below market because you will sell quicker. So it's something I would just look at what homes have sold for in the last several months.
And Kelly, we have to address too. Kelly, this is a short sale, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the thing is that, as Dolly is, it's difficult really to get the lenders to agree to these short sales.
Exactly.
How far underwater are you, Kelly?
About 10,000.
Okay, that's not too bad. Doug, I mean, sometimes it's worthwhile to put that money up yourself.
Yes, at $10,000 to do a short sale, most people don't realize the impact. It's treated as like a pre-foreclosure on your credit, and can knock 200 to 300 points off your credit score. So for $10,000, I would go to the bank of mom or dad or somewhere else to try to get out of that and sell it. If you're only $10,000 away, to do a short sale for that little amount of money may not be worth it in the long run if you want to do something else.
For a young person who's still got a lot of, I mean, you're probably going to want to buy a house in the next 5 to 7 years. The economic cost is just too great. So I would suggest absolutely that you find a way to get that $10,000 so the bank can take it.
Kelly, what do you think, Kelly? Can you borrow the $10,000 to basically close the deal?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Have you spoken to the bank with the mortgage?
Yeah, Dolly's asking, have you spoken to the bank?
That holds a mortgage? Might they be willing to do something for you?
Well, they're trying to work on it, but because you're unemployed, that doesn't work out so well.
No, but it actually works out better for them, because if they forgive the $10,000, they're out of this transaction. They might be better off than any other scenario. I don't know. I would also push the bank.
Yeah, and Kelly, something else to note, and we've addressed this on the show before, is that be careful, though, if you're looking at a loan modification or any changes to your current mortgage, you can't do that when your house is on the market. Sometimes you need a 6-month window before you can put your house on the market or modify your loan when you're going to sell. So just talk with your lender about that, Kelly. Good luck and keep us posted. We've got Dorsey in New Jersey on the money line. Dorsey, tell us what's happening.
Our home's been on the market for 10 months. We want to downsize because my wife and I are becoming empty nesters soon. Our home has 6 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and 2 half baths, a new eat-in kitchen, a lush lawn, and a brick exterior. Our home's within walking distance of some quaint local shops downtown, restaurants, and the New York City commuter trains. The negative aspects are our home is on a major street, and our backyard doesn't have a deck. And a lot of the potential buyers come to our home expecting a deck because of the home price. What can we do to increase the marketability of our home without going down on our asking price?
Dorsey, you know what? Your home is just lovely, and I'm surprised that the deck won't seal the deal because, Dolly, what do you think? I mean, if there's one, thing that's wrong, what do you do?
Well, it's a great area. I have to tell you, I love Maplewood. I know Maplewood. I would say that there's also an issue with your asking price. It may be a good asking price for your home, but I think you need to have some facts for buyers to prove that to them, because you're on the high side of the average for Maplewood. So it could be that, and people just aren't saying that. As far as a deck is concerned, I would go out and get an estimate. What would it cost a buyer coming in to put in a deck? It's probably not as big a deal as they may imagine it to be. And maybe even draw a little plan to show them exactly how it would be laid out, what it would cost, overcome that objection. As far as being on the street, personally, I like being on the street. I like it busy. I hate when it's all boring and quiet.
I love it. I think that's a big plus.
Exactly. So I certainly wouldn't mention that to anyone as a negative, because it may not actually be a negative for them. The deck is another story, and I would address that.
Yeah, Dorsey, I mean, Dolly, you've said this on the show before. I love this tip. If there's something wrong with your home that you needs fixing, set them up with the contractor. Give them some estimates. Do some work for them.
Get them a plan. You'd be surprised. They'll say, oh, wow, that's the way it could look. That would be great. And that overcomes everything for them, and they're ready to bargain.
All right. Thank you so much, Dorsey. Thank you, Dolly, for joining us. Now, Dolly's going to be back for tonight's Web Extra. She's going to tell us what to do if you just can't sell your home. Check it out, otm.cnbc.com. And if you're wondering whether it's the right time to buy or sell, we're here to help you. So send us your questions through Facebook. Join our official fan page. Head to otm.cnbc.com to sign up. I'll be there every day, and I'll see you there.